Get the upper hand on your competition with SCUF controllers. Use code OGXRAYZ to get 5% off your entire order. Yo guys, what's up? It's XRAYZ. Welcome back to another Black Ops 4 video. So today we're going to be talking some zombies. We got a pretty big leak here for Blood of the Dead, and I just want to start off, before we jump into the leaks, Blood of the Dead is apparently going to be way bigger than what we saw in Mob of the Dead. There's going to be way more areas, a ton going on. So this is kind of crazy. I didn't think that it would be remastered and like brought like to this size like ever, and they're actually doing it. So it's actually pretty freaking insane. So let's jump into this information. If you guys do want to enjoy the video, do me a huge favor, drop a like, guys. It's super appreciated. And if you're new to the channel, if you want to stay up to date with all the latest and greatest Call of Duty Black Ops 4, Blackout, Fortnite, all that good stuff, news, info, leaks, and more, then make sure you guys are subscribed and have those notifications on by hitting that notification bell next to the subscription button. But let's go ahead and talk about these leaks now. These leaks originally came from a zombies YouTuber, and he started posting a series of very weird images, essentially. So he would post like images of that were completely unrelated. You could piece them together, and they would essentially be hints as for Blood of the Dead. Now, where he got his information, no one really knows. You can speculate on where he got it, and I've gotten info as to what it could possibly have been, but at the end of the day, this was confirmed by the Wew Lads. So regardless of where this guy got his information, it doesn't really matter, because it was already confirmed by the Wew Lads that this information that he was teasing was legit info. So let's go ahead and talk about this. Now, the majority was areas, wonder weapon information, elixirs, and traps. Those are the four things that were teased, and this is the stuff that the Wew Lads were able to confirm. There's a ton more stuff they know that they're not allowed to mention or talk about. These guys have been like legit from day one, and they've been leaking information. Like they leaked Blackout, they leaked a ton of stuff for Call of Duty World War II, and they leaked the fact that there was going to be 4 zombies maps at launch. So these guys are legit. They know what they're talking about. These guys have been around for a while. They're not trolling or screwing anyone over. They're just very ambiguous, and you have to read between the lines whenever they do post information. And so they validated this. They said, yes, this is all legit so far, what was teased, and they could confirm it because someone else was mentioning this, and it wasn't them directly leaking it. But let's go ahead and talk about this. So for the new areas, we obviously have Richtofen's lab, which we all know about, which is where we're actually going to be spawning in, apparently. Now, apart from that, there's going to be the Model Industries building, West Grounds, which is a split path between the docks and somewhere else, a new Industries building, the Transverse Tunnel, the Power Plant, the Hill Tower, the Recreation Yard, where there's going to be lava everywhere, similar to Transit, but it's not going to be like Transit, just like it's not going to look like that, but if you want an idea, that's how. Cell Block Entrance, Times Square, Cafeteria, which you've already been to, Michigan Avenue, Sally Port, Administration, and this is probably the craziest part of this whole thing. We've got the Warden's Office, which we've had before, but now we have Eagle Plaza and the Warden's House. So apparently, we're going to be able to go inside of the Warden's House itself, and I'm actually super stoked about that. Now, if you want more details on these areas, specifically like where they're located and stuff, the Wew Lads did a video where they discussed all the different locations where they're located, and pretty insanely, all of the locations were mostly seen in the concept art for Alcatraz. So for you guys that missed that image, this was like a concept art that was posted before the map officially came out. It was just like an image that artists rendered at the Treyarch Studios, and ironically, within that image, most of the new areas can be seen. The buildings on the far end, the water tower area, the bridges and stuff that they're talking about are mostly all seen here towards the right side of that image, and I'll pop it on screen for you guys to check out. Like the Model Industry building, the West Ground, the new Industry building, the Transverse Tunnel, the Power Plant, even the Recreation area I think you can see on there. So it's kind of crazy that they've kind of gone back to this original image they had before Mob of the Dead was out, that they started making Mob of the Dead, and now these new areas are all essentially based off that image, which is actually pretty cool. Now, on top of that, they actually did talk a little bit about the wonder weapons. They mentioned that the acid gap will be back and it's also upgradable, but they said that it might have elemental upgrades now. Specifically, the one that was teased was a magma version of the blunder gat, which would make it crazy. So the magma gat, like, I guess is what you would call it, I don't know. They did mention that there is going to be a shield as well on this map, and it's going to be called the Spectral Shield. They said that the golden spork is going to be coming, but I think they alluded to the fact that it's going to be an electrified version of this spoon. And then they mentioned that the Hell's Retriever, and they've mentioned this before, but they just wanted to reiterate it here. The Hell's Retriever is gone. It's being actually replaced by a dog that you can call in. They're using the play on the retriever part, and it's going to be that dog that we feed souls to in Mob of the Dead. So he's going to be coming back, and he's going to be acting as kind of our Hell's Retriever, if you will, where he goes, retrieves, and also kills zombies like crazy. So we'll see about that. Now, the next thing they mentioned was elixirs. Now, elixirs were essentially gobblegums. That's what they were before. They've changed into elixirs, and apparently they took a page out of Call of Duty World War II in the way that their consumables work. And so elixirs are both in Chaos and the Ether storyline information, so you're going to find those elixirs on both. Again, they function like the gobblegums did in BO3, but none of the ones we had before that were OP, like where you had all the perks at once. None of those are returning back, so Perkaholic is not back, guys. Sorry. Now, the elixirs will be functioning, like I said, like they did in World War II Zombies, where you have a different one on different arrow pads and you can use them. So I don't know how I feel about this. I kind of think a lot of people got used to the gobblegums where you could just go every round and get a new one. But now it's like probably going to have to be careful how you use these guys up. And we'll see how it functions with like everyone whenever they want to save their gobblegums. They would just like close app and they would save them. So we'll see if that works again in Black Ops 4. I kind of feel like they have to as an Easter egg. Okay, not really. Can't do that. Now, the final thing they mentioned was a new trap, which is the spin trap, which is different to the original map. This is a new trap completely. And it sticks out from the ground and spins and just destroys everything. Think of it like a blender just going around and wrecking everything. I can't wait to see that trap. And they confirmed that the acid trap is still, in fact, present. Now, the bonus information that was not teased by this original Zombies Alert Zombies YouTube Twitter account was that the drinking animation of perks is actually a little bit different now in that you use your left hand, so you're still able to shoot as you're drinking your Perkaholic, or your perks as you're drinking your perks, which I think is pretty awesome. So yeah, guys, I just wanted to recap all the information that we got from this, all the images that were teased by this original Twitter account, the Zombies Alert one. Pretty much at first when we were seeing it, we thought he was kind of trolling, but it looks like it all was hinting at Blood of the Dead, essentially. New maps, new areas, and again, if you look at that conceptual image or the concept art for the Blood of the Dead for Alcatraz, you'll see that a lot of those new areas are in that original image from years ago, which is actually pretty insane. So I'm actually pretty stoked about this, just because when I heard we were getting a remaster, I was like, okay, so you can run to the docks, there's like a lab that you can get to where we start off in, and that's it. That's pretty much it. I thought they weren't going to expand on it, but man, was I wrong. There's going to be so many different areas. And if you look at that concept art, essentially all of those areas that you're seeing over there are going to be what you're going to be able to run around in. 2 different buildings. The warden's office, the warden's house. Like, the fact that you can actually go into the warden's house to me is pretty insane. I honestly am very, very excited now. They mentioned already, like, officially, that this is going to be one of the most intricate storylines they've had, one of the best Easter eggs they've had. And if they have all these new areas, it just gets me even more excited to see what new Easter eggs we'll see, what new information we're going to see. Like, the warden's house, will they flesh out his character a little bit more in there? And I don't know, man, I'm just really pumped up now to see that this map is going to be massive. It's not going to be the small, I don't even want to say that Mob of the Dead was small. It felt like a pretty big map too. But now that map has just multiplied that thing, because now we've got so many different areas, and it also makes me wonder, maybe how is the training going to work? You know, the recreation area is, for instance, the recreation area is essentially just like this big open block area that is flat, and there's like some steps that go up. So I'm assuming the reason that they added the lava and stuff to make it look kind of like transit was to prevent the easy like training. There was a lot of custom maps where you'll have areas like that where like it's like a slope down and there's like a little flat area where you can train and train and train. And I'm assuming that really they added all that lava was to throw it all off and prevent people from training as easily as if they just left the recreation area in there for just like, you know, nothing changed to it. It's just like a flat place. So I'm assuming that's what's going on. Probably going to be the probably still going to be the best place to try to train, because it'll be nice and wide and open. And I just want to see what it looks like when you're traversing from one area to the other area, because you're going to have the main prison, Alcatraz, and you have the warden's house, and then you have the buildings off in the end, the industry buildings and such, the model industry, new industry building, all those it's all going to be towards the edge of the map. So how's it going to be when you're like running from one area to the other? Is it very tight? Is it like you have to think, is it a risk for you to get there? So there's a lot of questions and a lot of uncertainties now going into it, because it's way more than I think any of us could have imagined. So anyways, thank you guys so much for watching the video. Hopefully you guys did enjoy it. If you did, do me a huge favor and drop a like and a favorite on the video, guys. It's super appreciated, incredibly helpful. And if you are new to the channel, if you want to see even more content like this, I'm going to have a ton more Black Ops 4 Zombies news, info, rumors, leaks, and more coming. So make sure you guys are subscribed and have those notifications on by slapping that bell icon so you don't miss a single upload here on the channel. If you want to support the channel directly, you guys can do so by checking out my channel memberships. You get access to early content, exclusive videos, and the special badge that shows up in all my live streams and in the comment sections of all my videos. So check that out only if you are willing and able to. And if you want to talk about anything, Twitter is honestly the best place to do so. I am constantly on there talking, so go ahead and give me a follow over there. I'll have a link down in the description below, along with links to my gaming second channel. But you guys have an awesome day. Take care. I'm out. Peace.